Man, what up, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Fencer Princess, SoundCloud, SoundClick, it's your boy Tone, and wow, my hair look crazy. Yo, that look crazy. Yo, Ronda Rousey got knocked out. Yo, what's her name? Home, Holly, what her name? Home, Holm. Yo, Holly Holm, yeah. Yo, she floored Ronda Rousey. But Ronda Rousey knew what she was getting into. When she was talking to on the night show, she knew old girl was dangerous. She was talking about all the ways she could knock her out. She's a boxing champion. She got a high kick, and she was talking about how the high kick could come in and boom. And once old girl dazed her, she just kicked her with the high kick. Now everybody thinks that Ronda Rousey's going to quit, but Ronda Rousey, she went to the hospital because her lip was split. But she was like, yo, I'm coming back. I just need to take some time off. And that's what you do. Every champion who's been beat, they all do the same thing. They take some time out, then they come back. They figure out how they got beat. They eat humble pie. You know what I'm saying? It's good to be humble. They eat some humble pie. And they look at, they go through the tapes. They look at what happened to them. And usually they know. They know how they get beat. I got beat because I kept coming in. An old girl was a boxer. She's a better striker. My whole game is the ground game. Ronda is not a striker. I mean, that's just all there's to it. She got beat by a striker. And she kept wanting to take the game to the ground. Yo, and that girl was just too smart. She wasn't trying to go to the ground. She was like, I'm just going to outbox the chick. And truthfully, that's how you beat people like that. That's how you beat judo people. That it really is. I mean, I've been watching MMA since the Gracies, and the Gracies was and when they was doing it, like there wasn't even a weight class when it first started. When Dana White first started it, it was every man for himself. You had all kind of people, the 400-pound dudes fighting little dudes, and they had more than one fight. So if you won, then you fought somebody else that day. Like it was just so imbalanced. And I mean, when it first started off, it was just, I mean, when Chemo and then, those dudes was fighting, when Chemo beat, he beat another heavyweight, but it was crazy at first. But, now, of course, they got weight classes, so on and so forth. But I've been watching MMA for a while. And, when Shamrock, I was watching it when Shamrock and them was fighting. And in Shamrock, he was a dope fighter, and Henzo the Rock, he's a dope fighter, and this was like middle early days, Henzo the Rock, and that's when they had like the heavyweight cut. Henzo was a heavyweight, and I watched him just straight knock people out. Then you got people that came, dudes that came in there. Of course, John Bones Jones came in later, but back when the Gracies dominated, the judo dudes from Brazil, back when they dominated, nobody knew how to beat them. Until the Huntington Beach bad boy came in and beat every single one of them. And he beat him because he was a wrestler. He knew how to power his way out of all of those holes that they had. Every single one of them they tried to put him to. Like he beat the hell out of the Gracies. He beat the hell out of Shamrock. Like he beat the hell out of he beat Shamrock. So he said, I never beat a man that bloody in my life. Like I forgot what dude they called him the Huntington Beach bad boy. I forgot what his name was. But he beat, and every time he beat him, he would give him the middle finger. Like none of y'all can beat me. So I said all that to say this. There's always a counter. And basically, that Holmes went in there to counter Ronda. She was the perfect counter. Every time you see like street fights, you see people who can wrestle and you see people who can strike. And if the wrestler gets in on the striker, it's over with. Because the striker ain't going to do nothing on the ground. That wrestler is going to eat you alive. But if the striker can knock you out before you get in on him, it's lights out. That wrestler got nothing. He's got to charge in on you, or he or she's got to charge in on you. And most people by nature are strikers. And that's just it. Most people have perfected their striking game because most fights are fought on your feet at first, but they're over in 3 minutes. So they're fought on your feet for like maybe not even 30 seconds. I mean, it takes like sometimes 3 seconds before somebody hits the ground in a wrestling move. But most people are strikers. Most people don't know how to wrestle, and they don't know Gracie Judo. Like that stuff is not easy. You just not gonna just. And for those people who try it at home and then try it in a fight against somebody they don't know, they end up getting beat up because they don't know the timing. They try to put somebody in an arm lock. You know, you try to put somebody in a guillotine or an anaconda choke. You try all of that stuff, and somebody's strong. Somebody, you, if you're on the bottom and you got somebody in an anaconda and you're trying to wrench your body up and trying to get them to choke out, especially in a street fight, it's different because they can grab anything and hit you right and crack you right in the face with it. So it's different. So you can't really take that stuff that they teach you there to the streets and think it's going to work every time. It just doesn't work like that because your opponents are vicious and it's street fighting. So I'm just saying all that to say, there are counters for every style of fighting. You see the big dude get taken out, next thing you know, boom, that big dude is down. It's like, how'd that happen? Somebody out, was a better striker. Anyway, Ronda, she's not a good striker. So I was saying all that to lead up to MMA. Ronda's not a good striker. John Bones Jones is a great striker. Anderson Silva is probably the epitome of striker. You know what I'm saying? So you got, so that's just how she got beat. And that's just all that's to it. Ronda got beat. Ronda went to the hospital. Ronda got stitched up. Ronda be back later. And there's probably going to be a rematch because everybody wants to see a rematch. And I'm going to tell you something about that rematch. I'm going to tell you something right now. If Ronda Rousey, when Ronda Rousey comes back and rematches that girl is I hate to say it, if Ronda Rousey doesn't change her game, she gonna knock her out again. But I don't think I think Ronda Rousey, like, she ain't as cocky now. It just take your cockiness out when you go out there and you get your ass kicked. And then you start thinking instead of thinking on one level of existence, which is, this is the way I'll always beat you. Now you're thinking on a different level of existence, like, how can I beat you at your own game? She can't just run in there and beat the girl by what she was doing, because old girl got a mean left. And she was cracking her in her face with that left, like, crack. You know what I'm saying? Every time she came in, pow. Ronda just kept trying. So what I think Ronda's going to do when she comes back and fights that girl, she's going to figure out, because she's not faster than that girl. That girl got too much speed. She's way faster than Ronda, and that's how Ronda lost. The girl was too fast. It was just too much speed. And she was closing the distance on her. Like, Ronda was coming in, and then the girl would crack her. So, velocity-wise, she was hurting her own self. You know what I'm saying? Instead of coming in and dipping out, she was coming in for the takedown. And every time she came in, Holmes just cracked her. She's just too fat. Velocity, the whole nine. The disc closing this with the straight left and the straight right, you close the distance on yourself. What she's gonna have to do is find a way to get in, old girl, which is gonna be hard. But once she gets in on her, I think she'll take her. But she's gonna have to have better timing because old girl is fast. Holmes, she's fast, and I respect her. Big ups to her, and I hope she has a great fighting future. But I'm gonna tell you right now, Holmes. I'm gonna tell you right now. You better watch yourself, because Ronda is pissed. And she gonna have a good talk with herself. She gonna have a couple drinks. She gonna go beat up a couple strangers. She gonna talk to her mom. She gonna talk to God. And when she sees you again, she gonna try to break your arm off. You see that look she gave her when she was trying to talk to her after the fight was over? Ronda was looking at her like, after she hugged her and stepped back and said something to her, Ronda was looking at her through her eyebrows like, yeah, Yeah, you wait. You wait till this is, you know what I'm saying, till we get in the second round. I'm not going to armbar you. And like like when Herb D taps, when you tap to stop me from breaking your arm off, that left hand you been cracking me with, she is going to keep, I'm telling you right now, you made that woman mad. And I'm telling you, anybody who got skills like that is a dangerous person. That chick is going to come back with a vengeance, and it's not going to be no hug it out. She's going to come for you. It's your boy Tone. Peace.